Welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is a chilly Wednesday, January 27th, 2016, and we're excited to have with us NeW Beat Fund.
Yay!
Take it away, boys.
1, 2, 3, okay. Like a bloodbath in hot water. You say you love me, then you tell me not to call you. I know you did it, girl, so just admit it, girl. We out and go, gotta put it on the skater, girl. We get to moaning, we get to tasting. We working hard and then you go on a vacation. Ooh, I don't like the things you do. I'll tell you, any day she gon' come running back to me. Come running out on the other way, swinging for the fences, she's thinking. Any day she gon' come running back to me. When she come running out on the other way, swinging for the fences, she's thinking. Wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, yeah. All right now. Tell me fiction. You thought you had me till I took you out the picture. I know you did it, girl. I caught you in it, girl. And now you hit me up with you like every minute, girl. There's no mistaking, so quit chasing. You look at me like I'm speaking another language. Ooh, there's no longer room for two. I'll tell you, any day she gon' come running back to me. When she come running, I run the other way. Swinging for the fences, she's thinking. Any day she gon' come running back to me. And when she come running, I run the other way. Swinging for the fences, she's thinking. Wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, swing. I said, whoa, girl, did you lose your news? I thought I told you I don't wanna see you no more now. Any day she gon' come running back to me. And when she come running, I run the other way. Swinging for the fences, she's thinking. Any day she gon' come running back to me. And when she come running, I run the other way. Swinging for the fences, she's thinking. Wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, wind up, batter up, swing. Whoa, out here. Let it roll.
This is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with NeW Beat Fund. You guys can roll into your next one when you're ready.
All right.
Well, maybe we will.
This song's called Halloween Birthdays. Hey! that you want me, hope that you want me. So don't blow out the light that I saw my face. Hey, heaven and the Halloween birthday. Or is this a done day? Or is this a done day? Or is this a done day? Is this a done day? Oh yeah.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with NeW Fund. What's up, guys? Thank you very much for coming out, hanging out with us. So you're not playing guitar on those first two tracks. Were you guys originally 5 members, or just in those ones you're not playing?
Yeah, just those ones not
Okay.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then at what point did you add guitar?
I guess just whenever we feel like it live. Sometimes,
sure.
like, I guess not in the studio, I dance and jump around a lot. So, yeah, so certain songs we just kind of let me kind of be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on stage, then you're able to run from left to right or whatever.
Exactly,
Go.
yeah.
Do you guys stage dive ever?
Yeah.
Have you?
We've actually had a moment in one show where all 3 of us were crowd surfing, and we left Silky just
Alone.
I was all by myself.
holding down the bongos, you know?
In and out of waves of feedback.
Yeah.
And then one time there was a stage face plant
Okay.
in which Mr. Bernie here thought there was a rafter to hang on, which actually was like this curtain. So I went to go grab that and then just
Oh,
right off
man.
stage.
So you thought it
In
was
Seattle.
structurally sound and it just like ripped
it
out?
looked like a bar.
right down.
Okay.
But it was actually just a floating curtain. So I grabbed it and just like did one of these, just planked down and landed on a bunch of girls and then hit my face. On
Yeah,
the
I was
floor.
gonna
And we
say,
laughed.
what's going through your head at that moment, like as you grab and you're falling?
Just sheer confusion. I don't think I realized what happened until I like got up and was like, oh, that happened.
and then you just kept playing the show.
Yeah, I
Sweet.
just kept going.
He was slightly bloody and it was hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came back up on stage like he'd just got out of a cage fight.
Yeah. Nose? Did you
kinda
bleed? Did you get a bloody nose?
No, I had like I cut my eyebrow off.
Okay.
Kind of like I'd sliced it pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a little eyeball like.
Other injury stories? Other like stage injuries that you can think of?
I was crowd surfing once, and they dropped me over a little bar that divided the crowd.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I just kind of buckled over that. So
Ugh.
I caught my breath about an hour later.
What about?
Others? I think everybody's like sprained an
Yeah.
ankle at one time.
I messed up my
Yeah.
ankle really bad in Las Vegas one time. And like the stage was falling apart and then my foot got caught in like this hole in the stage.
Okay.
I got really upset and then I thought this crew dude was there. I was like, "Yo, fix the stage." And I was kind of pissed off, you know, and it ended up being the owner of the
Of the club.
of
the
the
whole
festival
festival.
actually. so
the whole festival.
that wasn't a good look.
Whoops.
You mean coming apart because it was one of those that
yeah,
they
like,
pieced together?
Yeah, exactly. They were like
Yeah.
these metal bars that like held it,
Right.
like stitched it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but my ankle was pretty messed up for like 6 months. So.
Dang. How do you like? Have you ever had to play in a cast or anything like that, or you just kind of don't jump around?
Well, you
I played
take it
on
away.
crutches.
Okay.
For like a week on tour. Yeah.
What happened?
Oh yeah, that was a pretty gnarly sprain too.
Yeah, I was just hanging off things and fell and sprained my ankle and it got this big and I had a strap.
His foot was a balloon animal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He was horsing around. We were playing this show at the Viper Room, and he was just like wilding out on some speakers,
Yeah.
and he thought it was a great idea to just go in hard.
Yeah.
Way to bring back the phrase "horsing around."
Yeah, horsing around. I feel like that's
It's coming back.
that's a super huge dad phrase.
yeah,
to
Yeah.
say.
we're back in the '60s.
I could be a dad.
around.
Maybe.
We're,
I don't
we're
know.
playing we're playing the Viper Room back in '64. He was horsing around, up to no good.
Damn, dude.
He's got a mane like a horse. Though. Look at that thing.
Thanks again, guys, for coming.
Got to
out.
maintain, you know.
You can
Yeah.
roll into your next set when you're ready.
All right. Song's called It's Cool. on, you can see it on my face. Try to walk, it kicks your legs and lands you in your face. Cause all the things I try to say, I'm spilling on my shirt. But pretty girls on cocaine keep lifting up their skirt. Cause everywhere I go, what the fuck am I doing here? What's anybody doing here? Is there anybody knowing you? And every time I see you, I think about you still. I know we're not together, but it's cool while you're here. Empty out the picture frames, I can see them on your shelf. A cold cloud, it hangs around, it's pouring out your hill. The same song still plays along, just try and forget it. All of the things I once loved and watch them disappear. Cause everywhere I go, what the fuck am I doing here? What's anybody doing here? Is there anybody knowing you? And every time I see you, I think about you still. I know we're not together, but it's cool while you're here. I get lost sometimes. I get lost, oh yeah. I get lost sometimes. I get lost, oh yeah. We're tripping on each other and it's tearing up our bones. Our souls are meant for better, but you're used to the abuse. Cause you always know just when to talk and what to talk about. Now all the shit you never said is spilling out your mouth. I said everywhere I go, what the fuck am I doing here? What's anybody doing here? Is there anybody knowing me? Every time I see you, I think about you still. I know we're not together, but it's cool while you're here. I get lost sometimes. Get lost here. Get lost sometimes. I get lost, oh yeah. I get lost sometimes, oh I get lost here. I get lost, oh, I get lost sometimes. Get lost here. As I say.
You're watching Audiotree live. We're in the studio with the new bEAt Fund. I love that you guys clap for you. That's really great.
So good.
We literally celebrate after everything.
After every-
We're like, all right, champagne. We rehearsed. It's champagne time. Yeah.
We hit that song, Champagne Time. Would you talk to me about the origins of Sunday Fun Days, the show? I guess it's news, sort of news show.
It's
I
the most
suppose.
important news.
Yeah, okay.
We're actually taking over the number 1 spot over CNN
Real soon.
coming up next week. But
We've always
Yeah.
had the idea of just doing a variety show.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was funny. Like, we always have, like, come up with, like, characters and skits while we're in the studio or just messing around. And it really just spurred from that.
Uh-huh.
We're like, we may as well just start filming this with our homie
Yeah.
and put it out for people's pleasure.
And who's that dude, friend of yours who does cinema, or a friend of yours
Yeah,
who
his name's
works with
Chris.
the band?
His name's Chris Bongiorno. He's done the majority of all of our music videos.
Okay.
And other projects, like live stuff that we've done, and Sunday Fun Days as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we were basically living in Venice. We had a jacuzzi.
Okay.
We had an idea. We had a camera, and we had a couple bottles of tequila.
Yeah.
And we wound up in the jacuzzi and doing some weird things, as I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah, as I have seen. Yeah. What's your favorite segment to do? Because I know each of you is sort of part of one and not part of another, I suppose. But
My favorite was our band alter ego Ambitions.
okay.
Yeah, that was good.
And that's our trap group.
Yeah.
That was one of my personal faves.
Yeah, I'd say
We
that
have a
was-
debut single coming out. It's called Fart Dust.
Yeah,
Are you just gonna end up making those songs probably?
probably.
Yo,
Yeah.
we got one hot beat.
We want to
We got
release
one
it.
hot beat.
We sampled the fart. Thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I remember I watched an interview with you two, and you were talking about social media, and the dude asked you like, how is it that you keep active on social media? And I think you said one time you guys just tweeted naked, and then right after that you tweeted like, hey, new song coming out, and just the word naked got like hundreds of likes, and
Yeah.
then just the new
Yeah.
song coming out like crickets to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Social
That's
media
true.
is a confusing.
People
confusing
just
thing.
hate being promoted to, I feel like.
Yeah, they really do.
But one word is, I guess naked's more enticing to
Let's get real, guys.
Twitter
Sex
people.
sells.
yeah, I guess that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think you can get people to listen to your stuff? I mean, you have a pretty interactive website, I suppose.
Nudity.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nudity,
clearly.
I think for us it's just live shows, playing
Sure.
in front of people is like always the best. Like I think we know, we try to meet all our fans and all that, so we just like to keep the vibes good. I mean, social media is getting super flooded right now.
Yeah.
We've sort of moved to Snapchat a little bit.
Okay.
We get wild on Snap. What else do we do?
That's your favorite one just because it disappears so
right.
quickly?
No,
or-
I think right now, I think everything just becomes so saturated where, like, even me if I went on Snapchat or Instagram, and I like going to like look at my favorite bands or like find music that I like on Snap or like on Instagram all the time. I don't know. I feel like Snapchat just hasn't really crossed that barrier where it's
Okay.
like sponsored ads and everyone's got
Sure.
like 1 million followers, and it just doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah. And then once that threshold is reached where there's a bunch of advertisements on it, then you'll just move on to the next thing
It'll
that's a little bit
happen
less.
with everything.
Yeah.
I feel like with us, we just try to make sure that we put out cool things. Like
Sure.
If we're doing like artwork and like limited edition, like merch items and stuff like that, and we just try to promote things like in the right way,
Sure.
inspire people more.
Sure. And that you're proud of promoting.
Yeah, and inspire people to be creative and not just like lose their minds on like, just like find yourself an hour
Staring
later
at
like,
it.
what the hell was I just doing?
Yeah, yeah. You don't even remember anything that
Yeah.
you saw or anything like
Yeah,
that.
everybody's got like scrolling ADD now.
Yeah, really,
It's just
though.
like they just scroll past stuff. So if we just try to catch people's eyes and kind of relate it to our music, that's, I guess, the best.
And we try not to let numbers rule our lives either.
Right. As far as likes or subscribers
Yeah, I
or
feel
anything
like
like that.
It's just it's bull. I
Yeah.
don't believe in it.
I mean, like you said, we'll release something that's like just we think is just really stupid, and it'll get retweeted like 1 million times or whatever. Then we'll be like super proud of this video we made and spent so much time making, and it just falls on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
See you later.
So whatever.
There's
It's
a
all
weird
good.
balance there between being serious about your job, being a band, and being lighthearted about that at the same time, right? Like you have to have a
Yeah.
sense of humor about who you are while still promoting yourselves in a
Yeah.
positive way.
Luckily, like our career isn't social media famous.
Right.
You know what I mean, so we can go play shows and tour and like engage with fans one on one.
Right.
So
Ultimately,
we kind of try to balance it.
live, you can't replace live events, you know?
Sure.
Real life experiences are ultimately ruling overall, you know?
Right, and it's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And that show is different than any other show that they're going to see otherwise.
Living in the now is the most important thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we struggle with too, because we're all like to be very present in the real world, where it's like sharing instances between the four of us isn't like priority. It's like we're actually just sharing these beautiful experiences, and we want to be there in the moment for it. It's like in that movie with Sean Penn and Ben Stiller when he finds the perfect photo when he decides not to take it just because he wants to
yeah.
be in the moment, you know?
Yeah, and just hold on to it.
Kind of like
there.
that, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like shared experience is like kind of worthless in a way. It's
Yeah.
it's so disposable. Where like being in it is like I was there.
Your shared experience comes right after a advertisement scrolling by now, so
Yeah,
it's not that cool anymore, man.
it's like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, out now.
And a photo.
And a million memes to go along with it.
Yeah.
And we would actually prefer people coming to our shows and like when we play their favorite song, their phones aren't out. They're like enjoying
Listening to
the
it.
music and
Yeah.
like moshing or whatever they want to do,
Yeah.
taking their shirts off. I don't know. But you
Handstands.
can't really take your shirt off that well when you have your phone in your hand. And
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
fuzzy.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Cool. Well,
The some talented can,
yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, girls
earned
these days
that.
are pretty good at
You know.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, guys. You can go into your next song when you're
All
ready.
right. This song's called Bako Dozo.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh yeah. Tasty. To any type of party that you might go to. You say hey yo, we say hola. Green like Yoda and sweet like cola. You won't find no chips or soda. If you ain't down, don't come over. Hang with us, get home right back. How could you Scooby-Doo me like that? They don't know my name, so I tell them, hey, ask me who I am, I said Bako Dozo, Bako Dozo, Bako. Tell me what's good, I said Bako Dozo, Bako Dozo, Bako. They ask me what I do, I said Bako Dozo, Bako Dozo. Make them girls go, yeah. Pass the joint, piss the chill, turn that shit up, hell bump it again. Say my dumb milkshake running through you. She sports jungle, I let the zoos rock like Kobe alley-oops. Oops, did I say alley? Alley Barney. He was pinky tipping Molly, higher than the palm trees. Big leg kickstand, Captain Jack. Love it when you Scooby-Doo me like that. They don't know my name, so I tell them, ask me who I am, I said Bako Dozo, Bako Dozo, Bako. Tell me what's good, I said Bako Dozo, Bako Dozo, Bako. They ask me what I do, I said Bako Dozo, Bako Dozo. Make them girls go. Turn that shit up and bump it again. Yeah. Said Bako
This is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with New Beat Fund. You guys can take it away into your next one.
This song's called Scare Me. These things scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide under my sheet too. Scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide under my sheet too. Politicians and fried chicken, preachers speaking into the minds of our children. To press fears how the world ends. Stock market, blah 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 equals dividend. These things scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide under my skin. Scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide under my skin. Haters hate the PlayStation. Fuck, you'd rather smoke weed down in my basement. Writing pop songs for suit ding dongs. I wrote the fa la la, so fuck y'all say. These things scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide under my skin. Scare me, scare me, scare me. Maybe I just close my eyes and hide under my skin. Tickets and television. Find out why you're gonna die.
At 11.
Corporations and Twitter pages. My house on Google Earth. While sexing out my girlfriend. These things scare me, scare me, scare me. I just close my eyes and hide under my skin. Scare me, scare me, scare me. I just close my eyes and hide under my shade. Scare me, scare me, scare me. Baby, I just close my eyes and hide under my skin. Scare me, scare me, scare me. Baby, I just close my eyes and hide under my shade. I was really scared.
This is
that one.
New Beat Fund performing on Audiotree Live. Okay, before you guys roll into your last one, I'm curious. You played Warped Tour last summer for the third year in a row. Is that right?
It was
Or
our
third year total?
second time, not
In 3 years.
not-
Okay, in 3 years.
Yeah.
There we go. Did you play the whole tour or
Both,
just
both
one leg?
times we did the whole tour.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of a grind, right? I mean, like, does it get
Oh, yeah.
easier?
That's a funny way of describing
It does not get easier.
It's pretty
Okay.
grindy.
Did you guys attend growing up? Like, did you go to Warped Tour growing up?
Yeah, man, that was like kind of our thing, like
Okay.
skateboarding and stuff growing up, punk rock. It was like, you know,
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly. So we would go like pretty much every summer, rock out. You get to see so many bands and stuff in one day. So yeah, we loved it. So it was pretty cool to do it ourselves.
Is the man, how do I want to ask this? Is the attitude the same as it was back then? I'm curious. Like, do you think Warped Tour remains like it's been?
I think that's changed a little
I think
bit.
it's changed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
in
it's just,
what ways?
Well, I mean, it's been around now for what 20 years.
over 20
so
years.
it's sort of that time has sort of changed it. I mean, there used to be a lot more skateboarding. There was like the half pipe when I used to go.
Also, just like changing scenes. I think
Yeah.
scenes of music that were really big, like when we went to it aren't really popular anymore.
Sure.
So I think it's become more eclectic, which is good in its own right, you know. But yeah, like that punk rock aesthetic from like the beginning, I think has been somewhat, I guess, changed.
Okay, sure.
There are still bands holding down the pop punk thing though.
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
they're riding it all the way home.
Oh yeah, and I figure like Less Than Jake and or Real Big Fish pretty much plays every year, so
Yeah,
there's
actually,
always that.
Yeah, our first year, Warped Tour was actually our very first tour as a band ever.
Okay, cool.
Which was insane.
That's insane.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, seeing bands like Less Than Jake and stuff that we grew up with, Real Big
Yeah.
Fish, it was pretty crazy.
Is there a pretty tight knit community out there? I mean, are you hanging out with a lot of the bands, or is it you stick to your own?
You almost like have to become this like little tight knit community because it's like it's such a grind, and just like you'll see somebody just puking like in a trash can, you're like, all right, come here, buddy,
Yeah.
let me help you out, and it's like the singer of The Used or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's like summer camp, so you make friends and everybody eats together and you wait in line together to get your food and you play together and you drink together at night. So, yeah, I'd say it's cool. You make good friends, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Never a shortage of complaining about the heat.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and there's probably a solidarity in the constant hatred of how hot it is,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The bond of weather.
Yeah.
And it's cool because I guess like you have the ability to be friends with like bands that are in a completely different genre of music. Like a metal band will be like your closest friends on Warped Tour, and you otherwise would never even run into each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's
And then just
that's definitely
seeing like the singer of Simple Plan come out of the porta potty that you're about to go into, it's like, all right, sweet.
cool. Like, all right, I'm into this.
I like your music, and I know what your bodily fluids smell like. So that's cool.
So here we go. We're tight now. Okay, cool.
That's like a poo bond or something. Poo
These
brothers.
guys have a new full-length Sponge Fingers. You can get it now. They're doing a show tonight at the House of Blues, and then a few shows in February, as well as Bottle Rock Fest. So check them out and take it away, guys.
All right. Hey, this song's called Sick of Taking the Hard Way, because we're all sick of that shit. And we just released it as our single. It's doing pretty well, and we have a video out there on YouTube land. Go scope it. Oh, yeah. A broke guitar. Yeah, I sold my shit to pay back my mom. That's right. Well, my music don't make money and my record deals go on. Hell yeah. But life is a party and a party, yeah. Oh, come on now. I tell myself that it's alright. I'm okay. Just scraping by now. I'm gonna find out this will be alright. There's no way I'm stopping it back down. I'll figure it out. So sick of taking the hard way. So sick of taking the hard way. Woke up this morning, I was singing this song. Recycling bottles from the parties we throw. Oh yeah, alright. So stop giving me sticks, start throwing me balls. Oh yeah, cause I may not be buff, but I sure am strong. I tell myself that it's alright, I'm okay. Just scraping by now, so I'm gonna find out this will be alright. There's no way I'm still gonna back down. I'll figure it out. So sick of taking the hard way. So sick of taking the hard way. To get together, together we get better. To get better, we got to get together. To get together, together we get better. To get better, we got to get together now. Oh, break that shit down, boys. I tell myself that it's alright, I'm okay. Just
escaping by now, but soon gonna find out this will be alright. There's no way I'm stumbling back now. I'll figure it out. I tell myself that it's alright. I'm okay. It's escaping by now, soon gonna find out this will be alright. There's no way I'm stumbling back now. I'll figure it out. So sick of taking the hard way. So sick of taking the hard way. Oh yeah. Together we get better. To get better we got to get together. Together we get better. To get better we got to get together now.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We've been in the studio with NeW Beat Fund. You can get the record Sponge Fingers out now and check them out on tour. Thank you guys very much for performing.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Thank you, Audiotree.
Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew hooking it up, and viewers, thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks and send a shout via social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
Adios.
Peace.
Hell yeah. Woo. Awesome. I'm glad you got one song in with the